Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to you all. So this is our presentation for UTM Grocery app which was given in mobile application development for section 3. So for our group we have 4 members: Nazmus, Sakib, Akibul, Hasan, Reza-E-Rabby and Syed Yamin. So about our application UTM Grocery app. Our project is about maintaining social distance in the situation of this pandemic, and it is also about buying grocery online for UTM students. The students can actually go online and register in the app and then order groceries which are available in the shop. So for this application, the tools we used for front end is Flutter, and for backend we have used Firebase as it is used as the database of the project. So next we go to the app overview.
Okay, so this is the app overview. So let's jump into the app. So this is our app UTM Grocery. As you can see, our flash screen just started, and then it jumps into a page which says you can log in and register. So let's check if it registers or not. So let's register a user into our application. So as a user, you just have to register with email and your password. But if you keep it empty, you can see the validation is working. Now let's register a user. Let's provide the password. And click register. So what it does is it sends the user into the database and authenticates the data. And now, as it has registered the user into the database, now the user can log in. So let's log in, and I can check the validation if it works or not. So okay, so let's log in. So after logging in, the user sees the products that are available right now. So this is our home page where it shows the products that are available. So now you can see the cart is empty, and if the user presses next, it won't go and it shows that the cart is empty. So let's add some product into the cart. Let's say we want 4 mangoes. So as you can see, it shows the number of mangoes that the user want and also the price of it. So if I increase it to 4, the amount of the price amount increases. So let's add the cart. Add it into the cart. So now you can see the product is added into the cart. We also have the sidebar where we have the profile page and settings, and also the user logs out from here. So let's jump into the settings, and we have languages, email notifications and push notifications. Now our profile page, where we used our card system, and the user can update, delete his account, and insert data into the database from here. So if we click on the icon, you can see we have three options: save, update, and delete. So the user can save their data. Okay. Now, if the user saves it, it directly updates the user information into the database, which will come into the next part. So if I click on save, it goes into the database and saves the data. We also can update the data into the database like this. So if we want to update our name, we can click on update, and it updates the data and also in the database. Like so, we also can delete the user account by clicking on delete. It deletes the record into from the database. Now let's say the user wants more products into the cart. So let's add one honey into the cart. If you go to the cart, you have the honey and also the total price of the products. Now let's say if the user wants to remove honey, the user has to slide the product right to remove it. And also you can see the total amount now decreases to 20. If the user wants to proceed, he clicks next and it says your payment has been successfully done. Now the logout functionality. But first, if the user wants to go back, he cannot. Now he has to log out, so he clicks logout and it directly goes to the login page.
This is our code structure for our application. Block is for managing components function. In block we have cart block.dart. In cart block.dart we have update cart function. That function will automatically update the cart when the user will add any product to order. It will update the cart. And we have update last order function. It will show the last order of the user. It will update the last order of the user. And add order to cart is for when the user will add any product to order, it will automatically add to the cart. And the last function is remove order to cart. When the user will swipe left or right of product order, it will remove the order from the cart. Then we have components is a combination of custom widgets for the application. We have cart manager, we have category drop menu.dart, we have widget shop.dart, we have minimal cart.dart, we have order widget.dart, And we have, last of all, we have product widget.dart. So in components we have all the custom widgets. The next is the models. In models we have the model classes. First of all we have card.dart. This model class is for add and remove the order, and also it will show the total price of the orders. Then next is water.dart. In water.dart is it will capture the order ID, the quantity of the product, and the product itself. Then we have the product.dart. It's contain the product ID and the product weight, the product price, and the product title, and the information about the product and the image of the product. Then last of all we have the user.dart. It contains the user ID. That's all we have in models. And next we have repositories. In repositories we have product repositories.dart. It's in that dart file we have the products information, the image, and the title. And after that we have services is for the authentication and cloud file storage. In that folder we have two dot file. Auth.dart is for the authentication, the user by their email and their user ID and password. The next is for the next is in database.dart. And that's all we have in services. Next is views. Views is for main user interface that will display to the user. Those that file will be shown to the user. First is authentication.dart. It will show the user login or registration page. Then next is the home.dart. Then we have login.dart. Then we have notification.dart. Then we have payment done.dart. Then we have product view. Product view.dart is for when the user will in home page and he will click or he will select any product. It will select any individual product. It will display the individual product by this dart file. Then we have profile, we have registered.dart, we have setting.dart, we have splash.dart, and last of all main.dart. That's all we have for our application. That's all code structure we have in our application.
Assalamu alaikum. This is the code the code overview for the authentication and overview of the Firebase which we connected in our code. So let's go to the services folder where we created auth.dart and database.dart. Let's see the auth.dart file. In this we import Firebase auth dot which is required. We created the class auth services, and mainly we have three functions here, which is sign in with email password, register with email password, and sign out. The function sign in with email password authenticates when with the ID which is added in the database authentication while the individual user signs up. So this function sign in with email password authenticates the email and password of the user, and this is the function register with email and password uh, which is actually authenticating while the user is signing up, and this is the function for sign out. Let's see the database.dart. This is where we created the class database services, which we are using in this function here. As you can see, database services. So these are the fields where and where the from where the document is added in the collection of UTM grocery in Firebase. The set of data is added by using the user ID, which is created while registering in the app, when the user register in the app. So let's see Firebase. So this is the authentication of users when they sign up. The users are added in this when they are authenticate, and they have their unique ID, as you can see here. As you can see, this ID WRZ blah blah blah. So let's see in the database collection, this unique ID was added by the code, and these as you can see, WRZ blah blah blah, similar to the one in the authentication. When user signs up, it was added, and these are the fields of the user profile. So let's see the code for CRUD operation.
So we did our CRUD operation in the profile page, where we can see, if we go to profile page, so we have our file stored data. So after validating all the forms, if we come down, so we have create data, which creates the data and stores the data into the database uh, with these fields. Also, the user can update the data, so this is our update data function. And also we have delete the data and read data, which basically reads and deletes user account from the database.